Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isha if you're new here, and if you are new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. So in this video, for a series of my favorite tropes and books I recommend, and they're my favorite tropes. Does that make sense? So I have a list of about 15 books. We're starting with Enemies to Lovers. We're gonna start off with one of my favorite books of all time, Better Than the Movies. Now this book, I have been obsessed with this book since I read this book. This book is everything to me and my little heart. Like, I don't think you understand. Better Than the Movies is a YA book. It's following Liz Buxbaum and Wes Bennett. They grew up in the same neighborhood next door to each other, and ever since they were little, he had like tormented her. The book even starts off with him playing a prank on her. Prank each other back and forth to get the parking spot in front of their houses, and he's really just doing it for the plot to flirt with her. It's like literally just to get her attention. Like, Wes Bennett is like the blueprint. Okay, let me stop being dramatic, but like Wes Bennett as a book boyfriend is elite. Liz is a romance lover. She loves rom-coms, romance. She's a love lover. And she lost her mom at a young age, and her mom used to bond over romance movies. So her childhood crush, Michael, moves back into town, and she gets Wes to help her get Michael's attention. And Wes and her are basically just like spending a whole bunch of time together, hanging out a lot so that she can hang out with Michael. And like he gives her like a makeover. They go pick up clothes, and their banter is just elite. In Patriot Books, I absolutely love it. If she writes a book, I'ma buy it. I will hear no hate or no criticism on this book. Like 10 out of 10, recommend every single time. Okay, so the next book is Beach Read. I absolutely love Emily Painter's book. That is another author that, like, if she writes a book, I'm going to buy it. The money is coming out of my account as soon as it drops. I'm putting it in my cart and I'm buying it. I'm going to Barnes & Noble and I'm buying it. Like, it doesn't matter what the book is, I'm just gonna buy it. So Beach Read is following two authors, January and Augustus. Augustus is Augustus is just that guy. They went to college together, so she thought that he hated her because like the way like he would say stuff and the way it would come off to her, so she hated him. Like, there's so many parts in this book that live in my mind rent free. And when she looked at him and she was like, I've never met someone that just fits so perfectly into my life. Excuse me, let me set the scene. They're two authors, and she writes romance books and he writes mystery and thrillers. She ends up going to the beach house that her dad owned to like get it ready to sell. Her dad just recently passed, and he is living in the beach house right next door to her. Their houses are facing each other. They even have like a window, like a scene from the Taylor Swift He Belongs With Me music video. They have a window facing each other where they write. They had a little post-it came with each other in one part of the book. Anyway, that's beside the point. Like, basically Augustus and January decide to challenge each other to write in each other's genre, and so they're writing each other's genre and they're going on like trips together. Absolutely love. It eats down. I'll recommend. So the next book is Emily Henry's book. The book lovers is following Nora and Charlie. Nora and Charlie are both in the publishing industry, but she is a publisher and he's an editor. Like, they get off on the total wrong foot. Nora and Charlie are both like New Yorkers, like to their core they're New Yorkers. Both end up in this small town. It's where Charlie was raised. Nora ends up going to visit with her sister. They're always like running into each other at the small town. So it's a small town romance too, and you know I love my small town romances. They end up starting to edit a book together. Love it and read it. So the next book is from Look Off With Love, and if you know me, you know I am a Mario Zapata stan. Her most recent one is When Gracie Met the Grump, and if you haven't read that one, read it. I absolutely love it. Like, their banter and the way they communicate with each other is so hilarious. Like, Look Off With Love is one of my favorite Mario Zapata books. I absolutely love it. It's following Jasmine and Ivan. Are both figure skaters, and have been figure skating for most of her life, and she's like really talented. They both are. Jasmine and Ivan end up partnering up together since they were like 13, probably 15. Her being 13, he was like 15, 16. They were always like teasing each other. She speaks her mind. Like, Jasmine is that person. She's gonna say whatever she wants. I love Jasmine. She's literally like a smart ass and just that girl. They have to start building trust with each other as well. Also, this is a slow burn. Mario Zapata is like the queen of slow burns, and they eat every time. Jasmine's from a big family, and her family pops up all the time. Ivan is just like this animal lover, and he's such a sweetheart. So caring of her. Like, when this man said, I'm okay with you having 100 favorite people, but you'll always be my favorite person. Mario Zapata has the best banter in her book. Okay, the next one is a historical romance. You know the Bridgerton series is magnificent, wonderful, immaculate, and of course I was gonna read it, but then it was free on Audible, so I was like I might as well. So I started listening to The Bobcat Who Loved Me, it really did eat. It didn't eat as much as the TV show. I think I like the TV show better. The book was really good too. Following Anthony Bridgerton and Kate, he's a rake and he starts trying to court her sister. Kate is against it the whole time. Then they have an incident where she was compromised, so they ended up getting married, and he like kills her. Some trauma, some past trauma that she experienced. And I like the book because the book has more detail, but I like the characters in the show more. The next one is Set on You. You is following Crystal and Scott. Crystal is a curvy fitness influencer, and she's always like filming at the gym and filming her workouts. Scott recently starts going to her gym, and he ends up stealing her squat racks, and she just like starts to hate him because like he stole her rack where her stuff was at, and then like he didn't wipe down the bench, and she just like started like both their grandparents end up getting married to each other, so they're constantly seeing each other for wedding planning and stuff like that. Enemies, lovers, turn friend to lovers, you know the vibes. To Hey Adam Connor, and I didn't like the heroine as much as I like the hero in this book. Following Lucy and Adam Connor. Adam and Lucy are neighbors. She's staying with her best friend Olive, and Adam Connor is a actor. He's a movie star, and he has a kid, so it's a single father trail of enemies, lovers. She was spying on him over the wall. She was spying on him over the wall that's separating Adam Connor's house and Jason Thorne's house. She sees that his kid is about to drown, saves the kid, and then they become enemies because like she literally like jumped over his fence to save his kid, and he didn't know like what was going on. This book is like you have to read it yourself to decide if you're gonna like her or not. Adam and his kid were adorable, so like I enjoyed the book because of them. The next one is another YA, Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow. This one is following Rowan and Neil. Basically like their whole high school career, they have been like competing with each other for valedictorian council and stuff like that. And then on the last day, the seniors do like a scavenger hunt, and they end up partnering up with each other to do scavenger hunt, and they spend like the whole day together, and it's adorable. It's a really cute YA, and the cuteness and like the meeting in high school just makes it even more cute. I'm just like, ah. One is It Happened One Summer. Her books are either hit or miss with me. So this one is following Pepper and Brendan. She's a socialite from LA, and she ends up getting sent to a small town where her dad and her mom were raised. She lost her dad when she was young there after she gets put into another like big scandal. This is also like a small town romance, and Brendan, born and raised in a small town, he's a fisherman. Like she took one look at her and was like, okay, she's stuck up, she's rich, and she doesn't like him the way he was treating her like when he first met her. And her sister Hannah follows her. They're trying to like get a bra ready to sell it. It's like sitting down roots within the town. It's a really cute summer read. Okay, so the next one is By a Thread. This is by Lucy Score. I really like her books. Her books are also like slow burn-ish. This one is a office romance. He is her boss. This one's following Dominic and Allie. She was working like 2 or 3 jobs, and he ends up getting her fired at a pizza shop. His mom ends up hiring her to work at a magazine. The spicy scenes were chef's kiss in this book, so I would recommend it. But they end up like spending a whole bunch of time together because they end up working on a lot of projects together. It's cute. It's also like a Gumphrey sunshine too. The next one is The Worst Best Man, following Lena and Max. Max is her ex-fiance's brother. Somehow, some way, they end up working together for a winter project, and they end up like spending all this time together, taking trips to look at venues and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed the book. It was good. It was funny. This is gonna be the last book. I love Enemies, Lovers books. I'm gonna forever recommend them. But the last one we're gonna talk about today is Sweet Hand. This one is a recent one that I just listened to. So this one's following Shanice and Kieran. Look at this cover though. This cover is so cute. They grew up in the same town. Thought she was too stuck up, and she thought he was like too wild and carefree, and they end up working together to like plan both of their best friends and like the wedding party, the bachelorette party. They end up hosting like all these events together. They're both in like the public eye because of both of their businesses. Our characters are funny as well, so the whole book as a whole was good. It wasn't like amazing, but my mind. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day, night, evening, whenever you are watching this. And thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias if you want to, you know, connect with your girl.